Everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality willing to risk getting killed by lightning for your entertainment and pleasure. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Craig Sullivan over there. How you doing, bro?
Great, great. So, what part of Florida are you in?
Right now I'm nestled in the UK portion of it.
Okay. All right. Any gators in the UK portion?
No, but there is a duck. How are you doing? How was your week?
Week was good. It was good. Yeah, we had a lot accomplished this week, and it's a good time to have some fun. So,
Yeah. Well, if everyone watching hasn't figured it out already, I'm feeling pretty soft and mushy over here. So expect a disaster today. So yeah.
we don't have to give him an update.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Arnie arrived. We don't have to give him an update.
That's exciting. I should let everybody know I can't see anything. I can't read anything today. I'm at a real disadvantage. Although I am sweating plenty, so I got something going for me.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that is good. That way it's a cleanse. Drop some pounds over here, which is pretty good. So Craig, I bet we got a great guest today. What do you think?
We've got an outstanding guest returning today, and she will be your lifeline on Glenn Knows Stuff later today as well.
Oh, that's really encouraging. I could use some help.
We've got the one, only half of the. Are you paying attention, Glenn? Over here, look at the camera.
Sorry. So I'm sorry, but this area that I came down to find a seat in, for some reason I sat down on this chair alone, and there was like 75 chairs. So like ever since, people have been coming by and asking for chairs, and I'm more than happy because you got to sit, and I got a surplus of chairs. I just feel like I probably could have made a couple extra bucks over here. You know how much one of these things costs here at Epcot?
Probably $25.
I don't know. They said I need to talk to my financial advisor, so I'll figure it out later.
Well, you know what? We've got the return of the Pineapple Sisters. We've got
we do.
And Dr. Producer Director Suzanne Magnera.
Hey. What's going on, Dina? It's so amazing to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see you at Epcot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm over here at the UK Pavilion, which is over there, and I got all the other ones behind me. I don't know if everyone can see, but
we can see.
It's kind of fun to be over here for sure. I haven't been here in a while, so it's kind of neat.
Do we want to take any odds as to how many birds might happen during your night's performance?
That is true. I would say get the office pool going right now because there's a good chance. Plus, there's a lot of fish and chips platters that seem to keep arriving around here. So I think the birds are going to get more bold as time goes on. But we're going to find out.
There we go. That's why the duck was hanging behind you. Was waiting for your food to get there.
I think that's a retired Peabody duck that I used to know. By the way.
Good job.
That's pretty funny. We're going to be there soon. So maybe these ducks should say hello to their friends. So hold on. Hey, duck, come here. Did you work at the Peabody?
Quack.
What? Did you? No. What?
Quack. Dina.
Yeah, yes, you. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So I got the intel. It's a she. She worked over there for about 3 months. She said that the duck master was amazing, really super friendly, and that it's a shame, Dina, that you weren't duck master when she was there.
Yeah, that would have been nice. It was sad to see the Peabody go and retire all the ducks, but
I know. I will tell you, every time I drive by that Hyatt Regency, I go,
I know.
Oh,
First duck experience.
well, Glenn, I think we need to run our ad so that we can start drinking.
Yes, we do. Hold on one moment.
Well, cocktail
Yeah.
time.
All right. I got a tiny bit of water
Lame.
left. I know. I did not plan. I did not plan this out well.
Pineapple water.
So maybe in a little while, we'll go on a walking tour, and at some point I'll drop out, buy a beer, and come back.
There you
That sounds good. Sounds like a good deal for me.
Yeah, I think that's very good.
Yeah.
So, Dina, how is Seattle? You've got a new office. You got everybody settled in. What's going on?
Yeah, we moved offices. We moved into Kirkland out of Bellevue.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, the big metropolis of Kirkland.
No, I just think it's exciting when you go to Costco. It's going to feel like being at home.
I'm glad you know that connection. So many people don't know that that's what the Kirkland brand is named
No?
after.
Yeah, that's where they started, right? And that's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
Where Costco's from. Yep, exactly.
Have to rely on Glenn for.
Yeah. There's a few big companies here like Microsoft, Boeing, Starbucks. Few started in this area, so
Couple of startups. Yeah.
a little startup. Exactly. Yeah, but we love our new office here. It's very high tech. We look, it depends on your perspective and how old you are. If you're a boomer, you walk in and say, it looks like a stockbroker's office. If you're younger and you're Gen Z, then you think it's a tech company. So
Right. Yeah. That's hysterical. I'm Gen X, so I'll just rebel.
yeah, me
against it.
too.
People,
Well,
and people
I don't-
just forget we were there.
and I don't use Gen X because we're the forgotten generation. Nobody remembers us anyway.
There's
So.
more of this
It's-
where it's great right now.
I
So
know.
Now, I don't claim to be a boomer, but they put me into that generation, and I really, am part of Generation Jump. So that's from 56 to 64. And that started being a thing in 1999.
Huh.
I didn't hear about it till about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I think you're making that up, Craig.
No, there was another gentleman that did that. You can
there's no
Google
great
it.
research on it. We'll move on.
If it's in Google, it's true.
Yeah. Everything Google. Glenn uses the Google all the time. He loves it.
Or Gemini now.
That's it. So
Or Claude.
your team's all settled in and they're enjoying the new digs and everybody's happy and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, everybody's doing good. We finished our transaction year last year, and we've really kind of focused in on running the operations we have and making them make money. Somebody told me that was my job. I'm not 100% sure, but
No, I thought it was to be a personality and just share the pineapple love.
just be fun. Just be
Yeah.
pineapple-y.
Does it
That's what they, in
work?
the interview, that's what they said was my responsibility, but then
Yeah.
all this other shit landed on me.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that.
I know.
So how do you plan out the office? Like, how do you make it work so it flows right and everybody feels like they're part of the team, but you've also got hierarchy to deal with and you want
Yeah.
people to bump into each other. So how's it all come together when you have a chance to create something with a blank slate? Or was it already laid out and you're just like, all right, you go there?
Yeah, we did move in and did not change the layout at all. It was actually serendipitous because we were looking around for a new office and we're subleasing from a tech company. It was a tech company that was in here. And we walked in and we're like, the number of office was the exact number of VPs we had. And like, it was like, this is perfect. It's exactly what we need. And we switched. We do everything backwards at Stay Pineapple. So during COVID, we came to work every day. because we wanted to be in solidarity with the hotel teams because they had to show up at work. We wanted to show up at work.
Yep.
And we did a great job at that. And we didn't give each other COVID while we were at work and all of that kind of stuff. But then when we moved into the new office, we switched to a 3-2 schedule. So everybody's working from home 2 days a week and 3 days a week in the office, which the team really loves. And that's been a nice transition. But we've had to put our leadership meeting on video now, which is new. Like, interesting.
Hey, speaking of transitions, they're closing this area down. So keep talking. I'll jump in, but I'm going to be on the move. So let's take a trip around the world while Dina talks about her office. So here we go.
This was really well thought out, Glenn.
Listen. I had never thought anything through ever before. I'm not about to start now.
Why change things up?
Is here.
Now, Dina, in that 3-2 mentality, does everyone still keep their own office, or is there now office sharing in that?
Yeah, we have enough space for everybody to have their own space. And that was a big conversation around whether we were going to do hoteling in the office or not with spaces, or if, and everybody like wanted their own little home, right? Where they could nest and put their stuff out. And, everybody has much smaller desks, and we have one of the things everybody knows I'm big into sustainability, and one of my mantras for a decade has been to slow down the production of printed paper in our office, along with a number of other things. But printed paper seemed to be a bit of a bugaboo for us to get over. So over the years, I have made it more and more painful to print. We reduced printers. We made it farther for you to walk. We've done all these things. We've done programs. We've done competitions around. Everybody only got 10 pieces of paper for the month. And then there was a trading system that you could trade with your colleagues for paper. We've done it all, but we really are almost not printing now at this point because we have one printer in the whole office. And it only works about half the time. I bribed IT to make it break a lot. So
there you go. I love the idea that you only have one printer and it breaks down all the time. I think that's perfect. Now, with that one printer, though, do you find that some of your team members may be sneaking blank paper into the office?
Oh my gosh, during the 10-sheet competition, people were bringing their own paper from home. There was this whole underground for paper. It was hilarious.
Gina, next time you got to watermark the paper.
Oh,
so that way it has to be official state pineapple paper.
You're right. I didn't think of that. You're right.
I think the only one better at you than reducing paper is the good people at HP who charge $125 for a black ink cartridge.
Yeah.
I'm seriously, every single time I'm about to print, I'm like, do I really want to do this? And
really need it?
Yeah, I don't. But then my wife prints 10,000 things for school. So,
I gotta tell you, I disconnected the printer at my house 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't have one at the house.
Yeah.
No, I'm good with that. I really am.
Yeah, we've been on our new office a little over 6 months, and I actually had to print something the other day, and I had never been hooked up to the printer. So I knew I had not printed in 6 months. I was like, oh man, I need IT to hook me up.
That, or you could have emailed it over to FedEx and have them print it, and you could have got to pick it up.
There you go. That would have been inconvenient, though.
I think we had to go on a scavenger hunt then just to find the printer.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God, you could move it around every month. Move it somewhere.
I like that. You could hide a printer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one.
Oh my God, that could be too much fun. That really could. Whoever finds it first gets a free lunch or something.
Oh my God, that's so much fun. A scavenger hunt.
Oh, you did not think you were going to learn about ways to slow down printing.
Nope.
Well, honestly, it's great tips like this is why people tune in. You never know what you're going to learn.
So how are your hotels doing? Your Seattle market, your San Francisco market in particular, I'm curious about, because I think both of those markets are doing better.
Mhm.
I don't think they're getting the credit that they should be getting right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Seattle has recovered a lot from the pandemic, and it followed most of the country. It wasn't as dramatically impacted as San Francisco and Portland were, and I
Yeah.
think few people knew that. But I think the more recent activity with the what was that? Something about soccer that was going on? I don't know. World Cup, I think they called it.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
I know, what was that? I have a really interesting thing that we've observed in our portfolio, and I think will probably fall out, kind of across everybody. In Seattle, our hotels had lower occupancy during World Cup than they did in 2025 during the summer. Not dramatically,
Wow.
but a little bit lower. ADR
That's
was
annoying.
higher. ADR was a little bit higher because
Oh, that's good.
the anticipation that we were going to be fully occupied. And
Right.
thank God for all of the revenue managers out there that did not drop their prices at the last minute.
Oh, yeah.
We all held. So that was good.
Yeah, good, because the game was still going to happen and people still
Yeah.
needed to stay.
Yeah. But the more interesting thing to that story, and that's not untypical because most of the cities we're in, we had World Cup going on, except Chicago. Chicago did not have World Cup. They specifically chose to not take a World Cup games. And our Chicago property was 20% over budget.
Oh my God.
So I think that there was a lot of diversion of travel from other cities into Chicago, avoiding World Cup. And I
Great
think
point.
there was so much displacement of normal
point.
travel in high, compression times anyway, that World Cup didn't actually fill in what would have been the normal compression for the summer in Seattle, which is a really weird, not what we expected to happen, but fascinating.
That is fascinating. Glenn made a point a number of months ago that when it's all said and done, that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour will have a better impact on hospitality and travel than the World Cup did this time.
You were right, Glenn.
Yeah, it's interesting you should say all of that because, like, if I wanted to go to Seattle and I saw the World Cup was going to be there, I'd be like, forget that. I'm going somewhere else.
Exactly. Or you would delay. So the week after World Cup, our occupancy shot through the roof and our ADR was higher the week after World Cup than it was the week of World Cup.
Fascinating. So interesting.
Yeah.
Love it. On the horizon for State Pineapple, Dina. What are you targeting next? What are you trying to up your ante on with the guests and their satisfaction and their experience? I love your concept, your hotels. I think it's today's hospitality with a lot of welcoming from yesterday instead of people being pissed off all the time.
Yeah, I think we are leaning into what we've always been and aligning technology behind it. So I think many people that know our story know that we did a massive technology change in 2024. And that was really to set the groundwork for the innovation that we were going to do over the next few years. And that really has accelerated a lot with AI. We have an in-house specialist, Sharif, here at headquarters that does nothing but building AI agents for our team and making sure that we're focused on AI inbound questions from guests or from people that are trying to book. Right now, we're in the beginning stage of completely redoing our website. And starting from scratch with an agentic AI native website with our own MCP that will allow us to connect directly to Claude and ChatGPT and get our booking links in front of the OTAs. So that when people go, hey, I want a boutique hotel in Chicago, they don't get our name with booking.com's link.
Right. No, I love it.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that would be horrible. I think that's a great idea, and I love it. And people always accuse, especially Glenn, but they accuse me as well as being old and not wanting to adapt to AI. But I constantly point out that we have an AI expert who can, do your certifications for your team members. And, Glenn and I are both really, really good at barking at either Alexa or Google or whatever the virtual assistants are. So, we're right there.
Yeah, you can't have a real assistant because they would quit.
Yeah, exactly. Except, you know what? I had the same one for close to 2 decades.
Did you?
She was great. Yeah.
That's
Patience
wild.
of a saint.
I overpaid her and she decided to retire.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that because I'm walking around, I feel like he's a roving reporter now, and he needs to raise.
Oh yes, Glenn.
Do some questions.
No, I will not be able to talk. I will not be able to talk to anybody. They kick out people that do live streaming and interrupt other guests, and I will not have anything to do with that.
Okay, it is time for Glenn show stuff.
Oh boy! One thing
we can test. See if you know.
I'm here in between festivals. It's like usually there's a drink every 5 seconds. I have not been able to find a place to get a cocktail.
Well,
yeah.
they have a better chance of maybe getting it right.
Aww.
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay,
Whatever.
ready for your first question? Let's
do it.
What was the name of the first hospitality? Pardon me. Sorry. What was the name of the first professionally recorded studio album by Phish, and when was it released?
Professionally professional recorded studio album. Well, I don't know. Do you count Junta as the first one?
Right. Yeah.
But what year?
All right. The reason why, well, it depends because it came out originally in 88, 89, but then Elektra Records did a re-release on it, I think about a year later. And I think it came out around the same time as Picture of Nectar Roundup coming out. So
89 is the official release date for Junta, and that is the first one. And Elektra also did a CD version re-released in 1992.
Ah, excellent. And Dina, just so you know, I went to go see a couple of Phish shows last week. It was their they did 5 of them. It was their 92nd through 96th performance ever at Madison Square Garden. And to have fun with that, they only did songs that they did in 1992 one night, 1993 the next night, and so on and so forth. And they wore all the clothes that they did back then, and they did all the shtick that they did back then. So that was a real hoot.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. I was watching these guys that are in their 60s jumping up and down on trampolines was hysterical. Yeah.
Very dangerous.
I'm like, does the insurance company know about this? Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next question?
I hope so.
What was the name of the favorite and most famous recording studio used by Phish?
Like the barn?
Very good. You're 2 for 2, Glenn.
All right, good.
Add on to that, where was it?
Well, it's up in Vermont. Trey converted a barn into a studio.
Yes,
And
you
I
did.
think the first album they did there was Farmhouse.
You are right about that as well. Yeah.
You know way too much information about this.
He does.
Dina, I've been following these guys since 1991. It's just lived experience and knowledge, you know?
Yeah, it's retaining the information is the shocker.
Don't worry, I forgot all the important things. Like I'm pretty sure my kids are named Ben and Jake, but I'm not so sure.
But they could have come from Vermont and then they're Ben and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I should have named them.
That's okay. When he was younger, I wanted to name him Vladimir, whether he was a boy or a girl, but your mother said no. You just looked at me.
My niece is named Erica Jordan.
Really? I love it. I love it.
Erica.
And if you don't know who Air Jordan is, then I can't help you.
Yeah, you can't help it.
They named the guy after sneakers, right?
Hmm.
All right, next question. Name the OG lineup of Fish.
I guess that would be before Paige. So I'll say it's Trey Anastasio.
Yep.
What?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's the easy one. Then you got. Then I'm going to say John Fishman was also part of the original lineup, and then this guy Jeff Holdsworth.
Yes.
And then I don't know if Mike was part of the band or not at the beginning, but I'm going to go with it.
Mike Gordon?
Yes, correct.
Yes, you are correct. You're 3 for 3, Glenn.
All right. Woo!
All right, next one. The Phil Lesh rumor, a long-running rumor, suggested the name was a portmanteau honoring Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh. True or false?
What? Say this question again?
True or false?
Yeah.
The Phil Lesh rumor
Yeah.
is considered a long-running rumor suggesting the name was a portmanteau honoring Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh.
Okay. Now I heard the question. I'm going to say false.
You are correct.
All right.
Are you
And
ready for your
in
final question?
Oh boy.
For decades, widespread fan lore and early biographies state that Fish performed their very first show on December 2nd, 1983, under the name Blackwood Convention. Is this
And that is highly contested. That is highly contested. The band will say false, but it's a conspiracy theory, and others will say true.
Mm.
during a 2019 interview on Sirius XM Fish Radio, band members laughed it off. Trey totally debunked it as complete bullshit.
Yep. One thing that was not bullshit was they played a song and a half at their first gig, and nobody could stand them, and they turned up Michael Jackson's Thriller over them.
That's bad.
You know what?
You're 5 for 5. You've got them all this time.
It's about time. It's about time. Oh my God. Getting a sad trombone, forget them all, right?
There you go. We'll give you the fairy dust. After all, you're at Disneyland. So, Dina, was that more than you could possibly imagine you wanted to learn about the group Fish?
That is way more. That is way more. But I do like them. So
There you go.
Have you been to a Fish concert?
I have not. I have not been to many concerts.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not a big concert goer. I love music, but just not. I think the very first concert I went to is always a funny one, though. It was Rat and Poison together.
Your first? How did that become your first one?
Like Dive in. Go all the way. In the mosh pit.
Yeah, usually you got to build up to something
Yeah.
like that. You know, start with a little James Taylor. You know,
James
then kinda move
Taylor
up
is also a
to like
concert I've been to.
Yeah, then you maybe go to a Duran Duran, something like that. Then you got to level it up to those guys.
Yeah. No, first one.
God, the first concert I went to was Black Sabbath at the Hollywood Bowl, followed by Paul Butterfield and Maria Muldaur at the Hollywood Bowl. And Butterfield had recently left the Paul Butterfield Blues Band and started another group. And then the third one was the Grateful Dead. And, it was just like, I was hooked. It was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Where's the best venue you've ever seen a concert?
Ooh.
That's tough. I mean, I've got so many great ones in California. But I did have the privilege of going with Glenn, and producer David showed up at the end of the concert at Madison Square Garden to see Fish. Recently also got to see Fish with Glenn at the Sphere, and that is my favorite new venue.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I haven't been. I hear it's amazing.
You gotta go.
The Hollywood Bowl, or especially the Greek Theater, because it's a smaller version of the Hollywood Bowl, are probably my two favorites. And Glenn and I and one of our good friends, Glenn was actually in his wedding, Chris Daly, we all went to see Fish at the Hollywood Bowl. But back in the day when the Allman Brothers were still around and still really, really good, seeing them at the Great Theater was amazing. So was Los Lobos, seeing them there.
That's rad.
Yeah. Oh, God. I love those two venues, probably the best. I like outdoor events. Glenn and I were talking about this on 3 Minute Thursday last week. So, yeah, outdoors are my favorite ones. How about you?
Yeah, my favorite was outdoor as well. Red Rock in Colorado. Yeah, best venue ever. And I was there when a storm came over, and we got to watch it from the distance, coming and coming and coming, and then it was like aliens were attacking. It was amazing.
That's the only venue I have not been scalping tickets.
Really?
Yeah, but anywhere else. That one, like once you get to a point, like there's just no more, because people just don't walk to go all the way up that way.
Yeah. What's your favorite venue, Suzanne?
Probably when I was up in Boston. And I would say, because of the proximity and the way I could also get a lot of free tickets, there was the Bank of America Pavilion, and it was right on the water in the Seaport District, and you were really close. But another really fun one would have been the Wolf Den at Mohegan Sun.
There you go.
Because you can get like right up and close. Like if you got online,
And you don't have to buy tickets.
Yeah, it was always free. You just had to get there early and wait online, and then you could be like super close. And then I would always get to meet all of the artists afterwards, or get pictures or autographs together or whatever. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And I wasn't a big gambler, so I would really go for the show and then just drive back home that night. But yeah. My fun ones.
I remember my son was a teenager. It's like just barely 13. And I had some friends that grew up with the guys in Los Lobos, and they were playing at the Great Theater. So I figured, I can get front row seats, backstage passes, and a limo, and really come off cool to my son and take him to his first concert. And it had the exact opposite effect with him.
What happened? How'd that happen?
He wasn't into the music, and he grew up listening to Los Lobos in our house. Okay. I've got damn near every album they've got. And constantly playing it. He got to meet everybody, and everybody go, I've known your dad for 100 years. It's so good to finally meet you. I've seen pictures of you growing up, and I think that kind of turned him off. And then he ended up going into title insurance. And then everybody goes up to him and goes, "Oh, I knew you when you were that tall." You know? I gotcha. If he ever went into title insurance, I'd smother him into sleep. But,
And he did it anyway.
He did it anyway, and he's done exceedingly well. He's been closing hotel deals all around the country. And, little one-offs and portfolios, and he's been doing really, really well. So
That's great.
I'm proud of my boy.
That's great.
Hey, another small venue that's really nice is here in Washington, Chateau Saint Michelle, which is the wine. You've drank Chateau Saint Michelle because it's in every grocery store around the country. And they have a beautiful venue and a beautiful tasting. They've got a whole campus for tasting wine.
What a great idea. Have a featured venue there. Get everybody liquored up and buying cases upon cases of your product. I love that idea.
Exactly. It's in Woodinville, Washington.
In your car so that you don't drop them getting out there.
We have a lot of wineries out on Long Island, and it's popular for people to take bus tours. They'll pick you up, you and your friends at someone's house, and they'll just take you out there, and you'll go to like 5 or 6 of them.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, and then pour you back at home.
You get to get drunk and feel fancy at the same time.
I love that. Nothing better than fancy drunk.
That's right.
How's your quest on going to get a beverage there, Glenn? Is it?
Really I was fancy drinking last week. I had cocktails in an herb garden. That was real fun.
Did you munch on the herb?
What was that?
Did you munch on the herb or did you smoke them?
We had something called lime quats and a few other things. I've never seen a lime quat before.
Big venue seeing Cowboy Mount LA House of Blues. Yeah. The old one? Yeah. John, you're absolutely right about that. Now, back in the day when I had my membership at the foundation, and John showed up in New Orleans, I think he was working for Radisson at the time. He was their CDO. And he had like 20 people with him. He was trying to get in there, and he's calling me, trying to get him in. And I've got no idea what time it is. I said, let me talk to the guy at the door. So I gave the guy my secret code number and told him that John was going to tip him really well and to let them all in. And they did. And then a couple of months later, there was a memo that came out to all the foundation room members that if you weren't with the guests, we're not letting them in. Not saying John did anything wrong.
Not just
just saying it's a coincidence. Like so many things we hear about today.
Rules are the thing that gets in the way of good service.
I got to tell you, it's funny. I could have been a member at the foundation room here in LA before the orange one opened up at the old House of Blues downtown Disney. But I chose Vegas because that was really the power club for the entire system. And I'd go up there, I'd be entertaining people. I had a cigar locker. We'd have a group of people come up for New Year's Eve, and being in the foundation room, looking out from that deck on top of Mandalay Bay and watching all the fireworks and everything else. That club was a lot of fun. And again, when my son turned 21, I was pretty much dialed in at the old Palms when the Maloof family owned it. And I got him and all of his buddies' rooms there and said, look, this is the game plan. Here's a list of clubs. You tell me where you want to start. We got 2 of them here in the Palms. We can start here, go someplace else. And here's the list. Where do you want to start? And they told me we started out at the Palms. Then we went to the foundation room. They had a great time there. And what I would do is once they were in there and they were on their second drink, I was out. I was moving on to the next one. Okay. So I get everything set up. and we're probably not even a quarter of the way through the list. And my son goes, "Can we go back to the foundation room?" I said, "Yeah, sure, but I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to get you in every place else." He goes, "No problem." So we went back there, and I also gave him the key to my cigar locker. And I said, "Okay, be gentle. Don't take anything from the back because those are Cubans and I like those. You can have anything that's in the front of the locker, but one each. Don't be putting them in your pockets and trying to take them or any of that nonsense. You each can have one." And his buddies still thank me to this day, and my son's turning 45 in October. So,
That's pretty incredible.
yeah.
You know, the only private club I've ever been in Vegas is the Playboy Club. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
and interestingly, you know, back in the day, well, people with gray hair will know this. The first time you ever Googled your name, like this was a brand new thing. Like people would go find out what was on the internet about them.
Yeah.
And the first thing that popped up was pictures of me at the Playboy Club. No lie.
That's hysterical.
Now,
For those of you who don't know, the Playboy Club was at the top of the Palms back in the day.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the one that I think that really had it made when people were first doing Google searches was our former roving reporter and president over at 24/7 Hotels, Drew Hardy, because that Google search gets filled with nothing but the Hardy Boys and the Hardy Boys and
gosh.
Nancy Drew. It's pages before he even comes up. So he was never worried about anything.
Exactly. I ended up people ask me how I got into like thought leadership and doing, you know, podcasting and any number of things that I do that are now on the internet. And I was like, well, I had to bury the Playboy Club, so I had to do something. It's the whole reason.
I remember when that was happening. That was back in 2002, I believe, when you could finally Google somebody.
Yeah.
And I had sent my director to
Right.
a training that was the FBI, and he was like, "We gotta check this out." And I was like, "Okay." And that was the first and last time I checked out a candidate that we were looking to hire because he was a prison guard. And there was a lot of stories, and I happened to have interned in a hotel that was all female employees, and I was like, "Yeah, no, not happening." Yeah, and so then I was like, "Yeah, we're not using this as our normal practice because this is going to be you."
We're not going to be able to ever hire anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But you had to put the name in quotes back then.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can just go straight with the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig, you are supposed to tell our listeners about hanging out in the LA Foundation room.
Yeah, this was during Alice, before it moved to San Diego, and
This was when it was at Century City.
Correct. Yeah. And we went to the foundation room, and the hostess that took care of John and I and a bunch of hotel people ended up dying that night. And that was Phil Spector, who got arrested for her murder.
This is a cheery story.
Yeah, it wasn't a great thing, and I decided, and John was definitely at Radisson. Okay,
Right.
I called up. His assistant picks up the phone, and I tell her that I'm Floyd Dorfman with the county sheriff or something, the DA's office, and want to talk to him. And John's been telling everybody that he met that woman, and so did the rest of us. So then I did it again, and I told him that, you know, I was from the IRS or some nonsense as well. So I was doing that for a while with John. But
Okay. So, Glenn, what did you get to drink? That sounds more
yeah,
exciting.
wine. He's a wino.
No, I got a Daijingo sake. You guys should have Daijingo sake. It's a label for the quality of the sake. You know, it's a fancy sake. It's a highly milled one. So there's different levels of it. So it's a couple of levels up. Mm-hmm.
You enjoying it?
It's absolutely delicious. It's going to go too damn quickly. It was $16, and
is it cold?
Yeah. I don't get hot sake. That's gross.
He doesn't drink it fast enough. It's good.
Not gonna get. Yeah, no time to get warm over here.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Suzanne, I want to compliment you on your graphic. I love that. You got into the spirit of today's show more so than any other. With the Friday Night Audit logo, the pineapples,
There she is.
Hey, there's the other half of the pineapple sister.
Sorry, guys. I lost internet connection, I think.
Total bummer.
Your IT people powered down the office.
Yeah, so much for tech forward company.
I know.
They wanted to have you have a scavenger hunt to find your Wi-Fi.
Maybe the agentic AI was just looking out for you and said, "Don't do this show."
Not really.
When the murder portion came out, your computer was like, "Yeah, I gotta take a break."
But Dina, I got a question for you. You've always been forward thinking when it comes to guests. How are you dealing with guest satisfaction and going above and beyond right now and incorporating AI tools and communication with them? Is that's, you know, what you're doing with your website and all of that is certainly part of the picture.
Mhm.
But what's going on at the property level now?
Yeah, so as we're beginning the guest journey and our booking process and improving all of that, we're also overlaying. I think everybody's aware we moved to Muse a couple years ago, which has moved the needle forward for us quite a bit around how well we're able to capture guest data and get it in front of the team members. But it's so funny. I say around here all the time, I feel like we have to be a tech company because even the most cutting edge technology partners are just not doing as much as we want. And so we've decided to partner with another technology called Abra, ABRA, and it's kind of an overlayment over top of Muse for the team to use, and it pulls in all of the guest profile data into one place that we have in any number of things, including reviews, outside reviews come in. So we get all of the information about a guest that we've got, whether it's from email questions that we send to our core members through Salesforce, or it's reviews, or it's information that's in Muse, wherever it is. And it gamifies for the team kind of the process of surprise and delight. I've talked about surprise and delight for years. We used to do it through the old-fashioned way. We listened to guests, not eavesdrop, but listen. And we'd hear things that were neat and cool, and we would surprise and delight them. Really fun, but not really scalable. Then we got on Muse and we're able to get a really integrated guest profile between our CRM and our PMS. That was like the next step. But then this is taking it the next step. It's taking all of that information, putting it right on a little pop-up right in front of any team member, whether they're on their phone, because everybody walks around with Google devices at our hotel, whether they're on their phone or they're looking at a computer screen, they've got that data right in front of them on a little pop-up, and it gamifies them and encourages them to add information. So if I do overhear a guest saying something, then I get to go put it in. And then I can also put in surprise and delight activities that I've done for a guest. And you can, get kudos and chunks. In our world, we give out pineapple chunks. Shocker, right? We pineappleize everything.
Love that.
So
I love that.
yeah, pineapple chunks are worth $7. Every chunk you get is $7. So you can get pineapple chunks for stuff that you do. And so it just makes it really fun and interesting, because I think we found one of the challenges was, even with our highly engaged team, like getting them to go, they'd go do the fun activity, but then getting them to record it into a system and make sure it was in a way that we could use the information and it was being consistently put in, and all of that back end boring stuff was hard. So this is really helping us do that.
That's really interesting, Dina, because one of the things that I'm seeing right now is there's so many great solutions out there, but the practicality of implementing and really leveraging it at the team member level is so much of a challenge. So I love that you're thinking about it that way. How else are you thinking about making sure whatever you do is sticky with the team?
Yeah. We do a lot of competitions. Our team is, I think most hotel companies are this way, but our team is super competitive, particularly between properties. So we do a lot of competition, whether it's the top number of 5-star reviews, or it's the most pineapple surprise and delights, or, you know, whatever it is. We're constantly kind of gamifying that process and encouraging our team. And we do that a lot in the teams that people don't think about too. Everybody thinks about the front desk, but housekeeping is a huge plethora of opportunity around surprise and delight. I mean, one of my favorite stories is always one of the simplest is our housekeepers, when they see like somebody has cold medicine or tissue in their room, you know, they leave a little note and say, I hope you're feeling better. And if they notice they're drinking tea and not coffee, they'll leave a couple extra bags of tea, or just thoughtful little things that our housekeepers do every day.
Yeah, the extra news and that's right. That's the way into my heart when I'm staying at a hotel.
I know.
I think that's a way to. I think that's a way to all guests' heart, is doing those tiny little things that other don't. The problem that I find, Dina, is that everybody does their job pretty well, but in such a good way that I walk out and then by the time I'm on the airplane, I've forgotten about the entire experience entirely. But moments like that are embedded within that guest's soul. And I think that's where you really make that difference and get those repeat stays.
Yeah.
Now, Glenn is a Google phone user, so if you sent him pineapple chunks, that will delight him every day. Okay.
Pineapple chunks for everybody.
I have a really important question. Why did you decide to go with pineapple chunks versus pineapple slices?
Oh, that's a really good question, because it's actually a little coin. Slices probably would have made more sense.
I like chunks better. I think slices
That's a different level. No, I think slices, the entry level, and then you can chunk it up if you do some really good.
There you go. Most of the time, Suzanne, it is simply because we think we're clever.
I love that. You guys are clever. Now, you guys, part of your reputation is you go above and beyond. You've got your steady repeat guests calling, going, hey, I'm going to the city. I don't know anybody there. Do you have a hotel there? And if you do, great. And if you don't, you know, your people have been known to do some intel and find some really unique properties in other areas that you're not in. And I think that's an above and beyond, you know, for anybody. And I've got to feel that that's been paying dividends when they come back to your hotel, whether it's in the Bay Area or, you know, Seattle or Chicago or someplace else. So kudos to you guys. You've always taken things that step farther to really get engaged with your guests and hold that loyalty.
Yeah, we really like to look at the relationship as we're a concierge for travel. And, you know, we are excited when a guest feels that connected to us, that they go, hey, I know you don't have a hotel in Poughkeepsie, but, you know, wherever they're going, like, that's a huge compliment that they, you know, trust us that much that we would go, I don't know, but let me ask around. Let me see who's, had experience there or knows a good property, and I'll get back to you. So yeah, I love that when that comes into our pre-arrival concierge team. I always get a good giggle over those.
So let me ask you one last question, because I know we got to get into, our
Love you,
last
baby.
show. But would you let Glenn and I be doormen at one of your hotels for a day?
We would love to have you as doorman at one of our hotels for the day. And you want to know why? Because our entire mantra is about authenticity of team members, and that the team members create the culture of the hotel, not the brand and not the leadership team. And so you guys would create an amazing, fun culture, I have no doubt.
Glenn, we're going to get some great
I hope
content.
so.
Telling you that.
I know. I love it. That's a great idea, Craig. I love it. All
Glenn,
right. Since, yeah.
Go there. Glenn and I, after Alice, are taking the coaster from Los Angeles to San Francisco. So maybe we should stay at your hotel,
Pineapple, San Francisco,
and we can film Glenn and I being being doormen at your hotel.
As long as it's not too chilly.
The doorman that we had in San Francisco for many years, this is pre-COVID, we no longer uniform the front of house staff. We want them to wear what they want to wear and be who they are. But we used to have him in a top hat and a bright yellow full-length overcoat. It was freaking amazing. I love it.
I love it. I want to wear a Spider-Man outfit.
No, Fisher.
Jeez. Well, I think the next time that all four of us get together will be my first lodging conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. And Glenn and I are determined to come in last in your race.
I think it's a great idea.
I'm so lazy, I may just sleep through the whole thing and claim victory.
Just take a nap on the lounge chair and then just jump in the water in front of everybody right at the end.
That's right. That's right. All right, Suzanne, run that graphic, would you? That's right. It's time to show everyone tunes in for the Plug-a-Palooza, the time we get to shill our stuff. I'd like to open up by saying, sorry that I did not plan this out well, and I'm very happy that I did not get kicked out. Dina, what do you got for us?
Oh gosh, you guys start. I feel like I'm at a loss since I'm still not up on my computer.
All right, well, I'll get started then. So you can find me next week in Orlando. I can't be there at the same time Glenn is there, so we've got to kick him out.
State law.
You've overstayed your welcome in my state.
Seriously, there are people outside my room saying, "Can we pack you up, sir? Can we take you to the airport, sir?"
But I will be at HFTP's regional conference for Florida and Orlando next week. Friday, I will be speaking on Beyond, using AI beyond just as a tool, but more for a workflow. And then I will be on a panel for the good, bad, and the ugly later in that afternoon. So if you haven't registered, definitely do so. I am super excited to get this trio all together the following week in Memphis. We will be at the Southern Lodging Summit, and I will be a panelist with Craig. And that is going to be a lot of fun. But before that, stay tuned, follow social media. I am super, super, super excited. We started with ducks. We'll end with ducks because having been a former Peabody Hotel Group employee, I get to be duck master. So it is going to be a lot of fun. More things coming.
It's the best. You're going to love
it. Is going to be fun. And then stay tuned and come to Miami in September. While I am not speaking,
Dina?
Yeah, now.
Dina.
You are it.
All right, so now, Dina, you can plug that.
Yeah, that is. I was trying to get my calendar up to see what the hell I'm doing in the next.
I hear you. I'm on a need-to-know basis with what's coming next.
I don't know what's happening. Yes, the Independent Hotel Show is my next thing coming up. And I am speaking there, and it's going to be super fun. I'm actually moderating the panel, so I will be peppering my panel with tough questions and make sure that they are a little controversial, and
Nice.
it'll be a lot of fun. So definitely show up.
That is Wednesday, September 16th. So
Thank you.
we're there at 12:30.
Craig?
Hey, you know what? Dr. Producer Director Suzanne and I have got some great new shows coming up. Ripples of Impact, the new ROI. We're having mentors and mentees on. Len Elliott is my co-host, and this show is really shaping up into something special, and I can't wait to release it. We're also getting ready to start season 12 of Click Connect. So we've got some great guests. We're opening up the season with our good friend Phil Hugh, and we just can't wait. And then Southern Hospitality, Glenn Hausman, Craig Sullivan on Beale Street, eating ribs and drinking beer. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Find us that week. Our schedule might change, Glenn. Why don't you tune in our viewers to that information?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a special Friday night audit, I think at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on Tuesday, August 18th, right? Yeah, Tuesday, the 18th. So that should be a whole lot of fun. I'm doing a keynote speech over at the Rendezvous Barbecue to kick off the Southern Logic Summit. That should be a hoot. Lots of good stuff coming on. Hope to get in a couple more concerts over at the Jones Beach Amphitheater this summer. See you there. Want to thank my friends over at the Evermore Resort for an amazing experience this past week, and to Matt Hostetler at Red Group for doing an awesome property tour with me of the hometown studios down in Bradenton, Florida yesterday. Can't wait to show off that video.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Well, team, it's been a pleasure.
Aloha.
See you later.
Don't talk over the